What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we're out here in the garage with sunshine and we are going to be making a big change. If you see right here in this box that we've got right here, we're finally going to be ditching the MSD 6014. We've ran this thing probably for, well, a year on this car. When I first put this motor in here when I went LS, it worked great for a while. As you've noticed here in the last few videos, we've been having lots of problems with ignition and firing and plug gap and all that. We're just getting to the point to where we're running out of spark. We're running out of everything that this box can do, whether it's more volume that the air is pushing through. If it's below 70 degrees, this thing will run like a scalded egg. But if the air gets bad at all, if the water rate gets high or anything like that, humidity rises, elevation rises, it just doesn't want to run. It doesn't matter how hot the plug we get or how much we put the gap down. I can dang near weld the gap together and it doesn't want to do anything. So what we're going to be doing, and what a lot of people don't know to do, is we're going to be running Holley EFI. We're going to switch over this and we're only going to be using the ignition side. We're going to be using the Terminator X for the LS1 kit. Now this is pretty much going to be a plug and play. I mean, all we're going to be using is the coils, the cam and crank sensor, going to be using the O2 sensor that they supply with it, even though I've already got one in here. I just want to be able to log it, so that's nice. And using an external map sensor versus what the box has on the 6014, because as y'all know, it's only a 2-bar map sensor, so you're only good to 21 pounds, and then you got to start guessing as far as where you want your, where you want your timing and stuff to be. So we're going to switch over to the Holley EFI. We're going to get that mounted in the car. We're going to get all of this ripped out. I'm going to be using this carbon panel here. I'm going to make a little backing plate for it, for the actual ECU to sit on. Inside the car, going to get it out of the glove box, try to get it out of some of the heat. But this here is going to allow us to have the spark that we need. It's going to allow us to have the fire that we need. We can mess with all sorts of things on it. You can really fine tune it, just like you would if an EFI system. Other than that, I can't control fuel or fuel curves or stuff like that. But if I ever wanted to upgrade in the future, it's already set there and we'll be ready for it. But for what we're going to do, you can adjust the dwell cycles on the coils, all that. You can't do any of that with the LS1 box on that 6014. It's been a good box for as long as it has. And like I said, we've reached the limits of it. We're wanting to go faster and I want to run in the summertime. So we're going to switch over to the Holley EFI. We're going to get that mounted on the car. We're trying to go to the track. Of course, we've just now announced that they're, closing things down again. Who knows what's going on? I'm so sick of this crap. But that's not going to stop us from plugging forward. We got a race we're trying to get to next week. So we're going to get this put in here. Hopefully we can get Josh over here to help me run through this thing, because I don't know anything about this system. I know it's fairly simple and everybody says it is simple, but I've never used it and I've never used the graphs and the charts on this. I'm so used to the grid and that type of stuff, or the 6014, the way their charts are. So it'll be a new setup. Hopefully we can get him over here to get this thing, get a tune put in it, walk me through it. But all we're gonna do right now, guys, is jump into it and start getting this thing put in. Holy crap, guys. This is just a lot of, a lot of this I won't use. It just all comes as one harness. Like I said, we'll just be using the coils, the cam, crank, O2, and basically the can right there to be able to plug the laptop into it. But holy crap, guys. I don't have a clue what I'm getting myself into. I don't know what half this stuff is. This is when we definitely get somebody more qualified over here to actually go through this with me. There's the actual external map sensor. Went with a 3.5, so more than I will ever use. I won't be going to 35 pounds of boost, not anytime in the future, or near future I would say. Comes with its own O2 sensor, which is nice because I've burnt a couple out. This one does have the 3.5-inch screen with the hand controller. You can control everything from that, but obviously the laptop's the better way to do it, and to be able to get a little more precise on it. That's just your bungs. And get down to the ECU. So this right here is going to take the place of everything we've got in the car right now. It's just going to be wiring it up and getting after it. All right, guys, I've already got my backing board in here that I want to have. I've got this set, got the holes pre-drilled. Got to put that right there, basically, so all these lights, all the indicators are facing this way, and all the coils will just run out the back and run up the top and into the engine bay area. So get this mounted here real quick, and then really it's running that harness, hooking up a couple of hots, hooking up a couple of grounds, and like I said, pretty much plug and play. At least I'm taking their word for it that. But let's see what we got here. Well, That right there will be there till the cockroaches die. All right, let's start pulling wire. All right, guys, we got all the harness pulled out, got all the old MSD stuff pulled out. The only thing we're trying to figure out now is my bump box and my two-step are obviously wired into the same, into the MSD. We just got to figure out how to transfer that over to the holley, because I'm not going to use the actual bump box inside the holley unit. I'm going to stay with the smooth stage. It's already working. I like how it works. I know it, and not real familiar with the bump box on the holley, and I've heard complaints about it, so why fix something that's not broke? So right now we're trying to figure that out and go from there. All right, guys, this is what I'm dealing with here.
It's like a dead animal, honey.
Oh my gosh. I paid for a bunch of crap I'm not going to use. So you want me to feed it down through here?
Feed it back through here. Yeah, just the J1A and the J1B, that right there. Yep.
These two, right. Yep. Okay, it's going to come through with the wires though. Okay, you got that. What side do you want to go on?
Right there.
Okay, you need these relays to go through there with it?
Yeah, we're going to have to mount those.
I mean, they got to mount inside?
Just see.
Oh my
see
god.
We may, like I said, we may have to go in the middle.
Well, put it wherever you want it. You want to go straight down with it? Well, I think we'd leave it just like that. It works just fine.
If we can, just a tad bit more, I think we can leave that relay in here, you mount it in here, and that'll be enough to go around this roll bar and you still have plenty there.
Well, you tell me.
I don't know, I'm just kind of thinking what's the best way to do it.
You're asking me on wiring? Just FYI, guys, I have been banned from my own car as far as wiring goes. I'm not allowed to touch it or make any connections because I do it the right way. I just find a hot wire, cut it, and splice in, so I'm no longer allowed to wire on the car. Yeah, if he doesn't fab, I don't wire.
And I don't sand. I don't know how to get sand.
All right, let me put this down and try to help. All right, guys, we somewhat kind of think we got it figured out. Get the fan so you're not getting blasted away. We're sacrificing in the 104-degree heat to show you a simple install of the Holley EFI Terminator X on a blow-through setup that everybody does.
Hang on.
We think. We got power?
We got power.
Are we ready? Yeah, well, let's see. Well, we don't know if that plugs right. Just one turn. Okay. Ain't got no gas in it. You didn't hook any of these wires up yet, did you? Key on power or any of that?
Oh, those are hooked back up.
Are they?
Yeah. Those are all hooked back up.
We have no power to the box.
Is it plugged in down there?
Is what plugged in? Yeah. Yeah, everything's plugged in. Okay. One moment, please. Guys, I am officially allowed to work back on the car wiring again.
No, he's not.
Because our A1 #1 wire here didn't hook up the ignition switch.
Because I was helping you under the bottom.
Excuses.
I mean, that's,
Hold on.
I mean, come on now.
Keep going. Hold on. Wait, keep going.
Hang on, let me roll out the excuses.
Hold on, he's working on it.
Hang on, I'm coming. Hang on,
Here we go.
going there.
Here we go. We'll get back with you. All right, guys, take two on the initial turnkey attempt. All right, taking bets.
Yeah, I think it's gonna work. So come up.
Boom! Error. Before we TPS, before startup.
Look at that.
We don't have TPS. Everything, all the lights.
Look
are
at
running.
that.
Look at that. I got pretty Christmas lights over here, guys. I have no clue what any of them mean either. I have no idea how to use that. All right, guys, we got power. Everything seems to work. I mean, as far as I know, it lights up. That's all I know about it. So, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna see if we can mess with it a little bit, and then hopefully, like I said, Josh can get over here and start it, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. Day 2. We are back at it. Talk about customer service. Shows up on a holiday to set this thing up.
In the heat.
In the heat. I got my air conditioner going though. Y'all are gonna have to deal with the fans, guys, because it is freaking smoking hot. Not so bad outside, but in this garage, it's like an oven. So we get this thing all set up, try to get a fire in it. Other than that, I think she's just ready to go. We don't have the O2 sensor hooked up because we don't need that right now. It's not necessary, but it is gonna be going somewhere right in here in this area, not as low as I've got the other side, but I'll have one in both banks to be able to read, so that'll make it nice. Other than that, guys, he's gonna get this put together. Let him take me through a little bit of walkthrough. I'm gonna try to learn as much as I can. Obviously, I'm gonna have him set it to where I can just basically turn the key on and it's ready to rock and roll. He said it's gonna run a 3, so that's a guarantee, right? 380s, 390s?
Sure.
See? That's all I'm asking for.
We're online right now, so any change you make is live.
Okay, so it's, I mean, it's in there.
Right, but
It's not like if I forget and close the laptop, it erases everything, goes back to default.
but you can sync with ECU here. Everything says it's good, but we're not live.
Okay.
So any changes we make, we have to send it.
Okay.
We're not doing live. It's only live if it says online right here.
Okay. As soon as it says online and live, whatever changes I make is in there. There's not one of these I've got to go through and send it, and because I've done that before on that 6014 where I put it in there and forgot, didn't send it, well, it didn't change any tune.
Exactly.
So the way you got it set up right now is, for me, is just plug and play. I can start the car, push the gas and go. It's pretty much set up like it was before, and it'll do all the timing pulls and all that by itself.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't have to mess with any of that. Or I won't mess with any of that.
As long as the map sensor's working right, it's going to pull timing versus map pressure.
Okay. And there shouldn't be any reason for me to go in there and change that. Where it is right now.
If you wanted to go in there and add timing, you're going to go to timing map, base map, and what I would do, you can just highlight where you want to add timing. You know, before you're running 27 degrees instead of 25. You can just highlight that whole row.
Okay.
Okay? You're going to right click. And I would go to offset selected. Because you're wanting to offset that number.
Okay.
And you're going to go plus. You're going to add 1 degree plus 1. And hit enter. It's on 26 now.
Okay.
Instead of 25.
That's at the top max.
That just changes about 1 line. Now if you wanted to change it from there all the way down, that's the same process.
You just highlight it all the way down.
Highlight that, down to where it says 36. You're going to right click. Now you want to change everything vertically. The vertical is a column.
Okay.
Horizontal is a row. So we're going to change everything vertically so we can hit fill column. Now it's going to automatically interpolate everything, so it just averages everything between the top and the bottom numbers.
Okay. Yeah, I won't be messing with that at all. But just put it where you think is.
We're going to put it back where we
Yeah, put it right where I won't mess with it and get myself in trouble with it. Like I said, guys, this here looks like a dot-to-dot coloring book to me. Never have used this typograph. I'll always use the charts. Kept it simple, but if this is what it's going to be, this is what's going to be. I got to learn it somehow. All right, guys, we got to tune it. Everything's hooked up. Check the trans brake, all that's working. We actually did hook that up right. I didn't wire it, but it got hooked up right. So we're going to now just start this thing up, see if we'll make a little boost. Kind of go from there. We still got the hot plugs in it. We're going to run it like that for right now. Turn the key.
Turn the key on, see what happens.
Josh guarantees first fire up.
He
He's
did say
warranted
that.
the motor.
We got him on the tape saying it run live.
Yeah. So here we go. Take 3. All right, guys, we are complete, done, finished, finisse. Everything works great. This thing comes up on a 2-step with free revs. You heard that. It's never been that responsive before. I mean, granted, we do have to go out and run the RPM all the way out. But as far as setting up the Holley EFI on a blow-through setup, I mean, pretty straightforward. It wasn't much worse than what the MSD was. I mean, really, just a couple more wires. We had one little issue where we did have a hot hooked up, but obviously we corrected that because it does start now. But other than that, it really is a plug and play. We're going to leave the 7s in it for right now because it is hot outside and it's still kind of set conservative. We're going to put the 20-pound springs back in it and just run it like that because that's what we've got it set for. But other than that, guys, that's going to do it for us here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll catch you guys on the next one.